Did you ever play with a kid, like a child, and then as soon as you do something funny, they're just like, do it again, do it again. I have nephews, right? And anytime I play with them and then I do something funny, they're just like, again, again. And I was like, wow, this is so cute. I have 3 nephews. So I've been doing this for, like, you could say, ever since they were born, constantly. Again, again, do it again. You know what I noticed? You know how I tell you, like, children, they have the fitrah within them? Like the innate nature within them? That purity within them? You know what I noticed? I'm like, Allah, every single day, tells the sun to go back again. Tells the moon to go back again. Every year, tells the trees to go back again. They die and they come again. Have you noticed that? Like, have you ever actually thought about that? It's like everything in nature, it's always going again. Always going again. I'm gonna get inside because outside it's getting a bit cold. But have you noticed that? It's like every time there is always this againness. It's like, do it again. Do it again. Day comes, day leaves, do it again. Why is that? I'm actually genuinely curious though, why is that? So I was just sitting down, I'm like thinking, why is it that children in their innate nature, they have this do it again nature within them, and Allah is always like, do it again, do it again, do it again. And that is very interesting. It just shows you that, like, it's true how as soon as you were born, you have that purity within you. But as you grow older, what happens? You start to sin every time. This is just human nature. You go through sin. Doesn't matter how pure you are, how good you think you are, how religious you are, you're always going through sin. My lips are bleeding. That's okay. And they always have this nature too, where it's just like, that's okay, things happen, that's okay, whatever. But when you grow older, you just keep losing that. Why is that, man? Why is that? The reason why you lose that is because you stray away from the remembrance of this creator that created you. And by the way, that's the biggest proof, just so you know, that's the biggest proof that the same one that's creating humans is the one that's creating everything here. Because it shows you it's the signature of the one being, the one creator that's running the whole show. And that's why our Prophet, peace be upon him, he says, children, when they were born a Muslim, and then their fathers, they changed them to different things. But by the way, just so you know, I'm licking my lips. When the Prophet says that the children, they were born a Muslim, it doesn't mean they're born on the religion of Islam. It means they're born on the purity. They're submitted to this one being. They've already surrendered themselves to this one being. And what happens is that they start to almost like mirror the qualities of this one being. That's the beauty about it. Like, this one being is merciful. Listen, first of all, don't be a dum-dum and be like, oh, you're saying children are God? Don't be a dum-dum. Open your mind for a bit here. Whenever you see a child, they all have this innate mercy within them. They have this innate love within them. They have this innate laughter within them. They have this innate trust within them. They do things without putting much thought into it. They don't think about, oh, what should I, like, they don't worry about things. Just like a bird. A bird, even the bird, by the way, he wakes up in the morning, goes and does the same thing all over again. Does not even complain about it. Doesn't even complain about it. He knows Allah is going to start giving him rizq from where he does not even expect. So he doesn't even complain about it. He knows it's going to be happening again and again. So it's almost like there's a program that's happening. And this should show you, if you are trying to get your childhood back, you got to start being in the present moment again. Being in the present moment, because when you're in the present moment, you're not looking at things from the past. So for example, most people get bored of their husband, they get bored of their wife because they start looking at their wife and husband from the lens of the past. But now if you look at your wife and your husband from the lens of the now, from the present, you look at them like they're constantly getting renewed. Constantly getting renewed. And so when you look at them like that, your love is just constantly getting increased to them. Because now you're just like, do it again. Do it again. I'd love to see you again. Because every time you're seeing them as if like they're new. And so the child looks at the thing that you do that's funny. They're looking at it as almost like as if like it's still new. It's always getting renewed. And when I saw that, man, like before I had my nephews, like my sister before she had her babies, I never actually internalized that. But as soon as I started seeing it, all three of them, bro, all three of them, they all do that. As soon as I started seeing it, I'm just like, this is beautiful. This is very beautiful. And it taught me. Like, can you imagine getting a lesson from a baby? It taught me, I'm like, if how do I know that I'm in the present moment, that I'm surrendered to Allah, if I'm constantly looking at everything as if like it's new? And then the more I look at it, the more I start appreciating the beauty of it, and the more I'm just like you just feel like you're in stillness with Allah. And by the way, I hope you know, that's the secret to this manifestation thing. That's the secret to being connected to God. That's the secret to just being aligned with the will of God. What is the will of God? The will of God is that Allah wants to give you rizq without any hisab, without any account, without any, you don't have to be like, oh, I have to pay you back. No, there's no such thing. Allah wants to give you more and more and more. So how do you get aligned? How do you get aligned with the will of this beautiful being, of this beautiful creator? You have to be in the present moment. You have to actually be surrendered and go through stillness of the mind. So surrender to this one creator. Children are just constantly surrendered to this one creator. So if you notice that you don't have the same energy as when, like, you know how a baby is being carried by the mother? The baby doesn't even resist. It's just being carried by the mother. It's just like, yeah, I trust you. So you, right now, if you're living your life as if like you don't even trust Allah, then there's an issue. That means you're just not living in the present moment. If you're living right now and you're so angry at your husband, like you don't have the same love to your husband as the first time you saw them, there is something wrong. And so when you are back in the present moment, trust me, like you'll start looking at things as they're always being renewed. You'll never get bored. Never get bored. You know what's funny? I don't know why, for me, it's like when I find something that I like once, I start liking it multiple times. Because I try to always be, and by the way, what's so funny is that you don't try, it's just you're always being in the state. You look at things like they're always being renewed. So if you constantly look at things as they're always being renewed, which is literally how they are, and then you start surrendering to Allah, anything that you want, because at this point you won't need anything, you won't even want anything, but anything that you want in the state, you'll just will it, and then it comes. Like, what do you want? You want more money? Okay, just ask Allah for more money. It's just going to come immediately. Because now Allah is the one that's running Allah is running the universe. But now you'll just be aligned with the flow that Allah is going through. Like, for example, you see how the trees right now, they fall, the leaves fall, and then they come back up in the winter. They do that in the summer. They do that effortlessly. No need for effort. It just happens by itself. Who's doing it? Allah's doing it. So Allah's constantly doing things in your life. But the only reason why you're not experiencing the mercy and the abundance of Allah is because you're not aligning yourself with the will of Allah. So the way for you to align yourself with the will of Allah is to get back your childlike manner, your childlike purity. Become pure again. How do you become pure again? Surrender. Just like a child is born surrendered to this one being, you also have to surrender. And then once you surrender, you'll just constantly be laughing for no reason. You'll have laughter for no reason. You'll have happiness for no reason. You'll have love for no reason. You'll be grateful for no reason. Even though someone might look at your life from the outside, they'll just be like, bro, there's nothing good happening in your life. Why are you laughing at things for no reason? Why are you so in love with life for no reason? Like, you're not rich. You don't even have a wife. Why is that? It's because you're aligned with the will of Allah. It's because you surrender yourself to the will of Allah. And this is something very beautiful, man. Trust me when I say, like, just this by itself can restore all harmony in the world. What is it? Islam. Habibi, Islam can restore all harmony in the world. Islam, in the sense that you surrender yourself back to this one being, to this one creator. So much so, man, to the point that when you talk to people from this state, they start loving you for no reason. And then they start wanting to do things for you for no reason. It's like you haven't done anything to them. But they just look at you as if like, I just want to protect this person. Even if they're like independent, I just want to protect them. I just want to be around them. I just want to, like, you just feel love towards that person for no reason. And you know what? That's how our Prophet was, peace be upon him, because he was surrendered. He was surrendered. So it's almost like he had no will of his own. It's just the will of Allah flowing through him. And that's why anybody who met the Prophet, peace be upon him, automatically they all loved him. Like, he wouldn't need to preach the message. You would just see him and be like, bro, I want to be like that. He was the example of it. He was the walking Quran. He would walk around, he would He was just the example of what it means to be surrendered to Allah, what it means to be surrendered to the Creator. But nowadays we have people constantly debating, arguing. My friend, actually, he was like, I want to go debate this Christian because I want to show them that Islam is the truth. I couldn't help but think, I'm like, just by the fact that you want to go and debate to show that Islam is the truth, no one will ever accept that Islam is the truth through debates. And not even know why people are just constantly debating. Like, I see these videos of people debating that, oh look bro, Islam is the truth. And then that person is like, no, Islam is not the truth. Christianity is the truth. These guys are just debating. I'm just here just being. And it's like, I don't even need to know that Islam is the truth or be convinced that Islam is the truth. It's like, I know, I'm living it. I'm living Islam. And then when I'm living this beautiful message, this beautiful religion, you're just constantly feeling love. You're just constantly feeling gratitude. And that's what Allah wants from you. And that's what Allah wants for you as well. Constantly living in love. And then that's how you know you're aligned with the will of Allah. When you are living through love. Does that mean that you'll have no problems? Does that mean that... No, like, it doesn't mean that you won't have no problems. You'll still be having problems, but you'll tackle them with love and they get fixed just like that. Like, everything just gets fixed by itself. And that's the beauty of it, man. That's so beautiful when you're living like that. When you're just surrendered and you're just flowing with the will. And the beauty of it is that when you are surrendered and you're flowing with the will of Allah, you'll watch life as if like it's just a movie. So even the sadness that's going to come, you'll tackle the sadness with love. The anger that's going to come, you'll tackle the anger with love. You'll be doing everything with love. Why is that? Because you're flowing through the will of the most loving at this point. No need for debates, man. No need for all these mind level activities. Just be. Literally, just be. I don't know. I just felt like this was a random video I wanted to make. I was just sitting right there, actually, just outside, looking at the trees, and I'm just like, bro, why are children always like, do it again? But Allah Himself just tells the son, do it again. Go back again. Go do all of it all over again. With love too, by the way. Still with love. No boredom. Anyway, man, this is helpful. Just let me know. My lips, by the way, they're bleeding. But anyway, that's okay. Let me know, man.